You know, there's a quote that I live by. That quote is, you can't truly love something unless you're willing to criticize it. And unfortunately, one of these companies that I enjoy, that I dick ride the most, is becoming one of those. There's been a breakthrough, and PlayStation is supposedly, this is supposedly because there hasn't been official statements yet, but people have been doing research, doing their due diligence. They've been asking PlayStation support, which is what I'm going to be reading you today. And apparently, PlayStation is enforcing restrictive DRM. Now, if you don't know what DRM means, that's not good. Digital rights management. Oh, you gotta love it, right? I've been talking about digital rights for a while now, if you don't know. I mentioned the Stop Killing Games movement in my previous video, and now we have companies like PlayStation doing the most pathetic things ever. To break it down to you, let's start from the beginning. An update came out in March from PlayStation, which enforced this DRM rule. So if you were to purchase a game after the update went live, and let's say your console doesn't touch the connection, doesn't even taste the internet for a month, you no longer have access to those games, even if you own them and they're locally installed on your console. You cannot access these games that you bought with your money unless your PlayStation touches the internet. If it sounds familiar, that's because Xbox tried to do this shit like 13 years ago, and they got massive backlash for it. And yet now PlayStation all of a sudden is getting too high and mighty on their horse that now they're enforcing DRM? Are you fucking serious? Now, how did this story break through? Well, a screenshot has been leaking online on Twitter of a person speaking with PlayStation support directly, and this is what they had to say. Thank you for your interest on the 30-day timer that has been applied to all new purchases, affected content, games purchased digitally after the March 2026 update, offline functionality. If the console does not connect to the internet within 30 days, the license expires. The game may refuse to launch until a connection is restored. Primary console restrictions. Setting a console as a primary does not bypass this 30-day requirement. The 30-day is a valid period and is not a sign of an account restriction or anything like that. Oh, oh, really? Oh, that's all I needed to know. Oh, God, dude, I cannot with these fucking companies, man. This is why I've been preaching to you guys and all my audience. If you're going to buy a game in the future, buy it on Steam or buy it physically. Because these console manufacturers and these publishers do not give a they don't give a rat's ass, they don't give a flying donkey's fuck about you. They're going to continue to do these restrictions on you unless you do something about it. This is all I needed to know. Okay, I don't like hating on PlayStation, I don't. But I gotta call a spade when I see it, and PlayStation is doing some of the stupidest shit I've seen in a long time. I thought them doubling down on their exclusives and not releasing them on PC was bad. I avoided making a video about that. I didn't even mind that. The exclusive shit I'm fine with. But DRM, the devil himself? Of course, you might be asking yourself, what is the point of DRM? If it's so terrible, then why are these companies applying them? If it's objectively bad, then why are these companies, enforcing them? Well, that's because DRM does have its good benefits. I personally don't like DRM. Most gamers don't like DRM. It's like rat poison to us. But DRM does have one good thing. It stops piracy. That is the main thing that DRM is useful for. And it's most of the time enforced by the publisher, not usually enforced by the console manufacturer. But in this occasion, it seems like it's the console manufacturer who's enforcing the DRM and not the publishers. Now, there could be some conflicts right there, of course, but I cannot believe this is what's happening. I mean, this was a fail. This failed in the past, and you mocked Xbox for doing this, so why would you think it would work? Why are you doing this? It's so bad. Like I said, it's just so bad, man. All these console manufacturers are doing the dumbest shit ever. You got PlayStation doing the DRM. You have Xbox raising their prices and releasing all their games on every other console. You have Nintendo with their greediness and their fucking game key card codes. It's just you're not gonna be able to own anything at this point. You're not gonna be able to own anything. Like, ownership is not even gonna be a thing anymore in the future unless we start doing something about it. Because especially digital rights. This is becoming a serious issue, and I wish more people would be aware of this. I spoke about, I feel like I'm going crazy, because I spoke about this in the last video, and now we're talking about it again. Digital rights matter, and when you mess with digital rights, people are no longer going to buy your products digitally. We're going to continue to buy them physically. But if the physical discs don't have the games on them, and then you have DRM out the ass in case the internet falls, that means if the internet does ever go out, if your power goes out and the internet falls apart, guess what? All these fucking games that you've spent money on are now fucking useless. They're useless. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, this is how far we've gotten. Really take that into consideration and really think about that, dear consumer. This is what the future is looking like. This is bad. It's so bad. It's over. It's over. I think the only thing that I'm hoping for right now is that this is a late April Fool's prank. Because it hasn't been officially recognized by the brand yet. PlayStation themselves and all their social media hasn't mentioned this. It's been mostly vague screenshots of PlayStation support and people doing experiments. Now, whether those people are liars, I wouldn't call them liars, especially if they're doing it on the console itself and you can check it for yourself. So I think this is a real thing. I think it is very, very highly likely this is a real thing, and this is a terrible business decision for PlayStation, and they're gonna get massive backlash for this shit. And I hope to fucking God they back out, man, because this ain't it, man. This ain't it, Chief. It's oh God. DRM is not fun for people who don't have stable internet connections or maybe on the lower end of income and can't afford to pay their internet bill maybe some months. And taking away basically these products that they bought with their hard-earned money just does not sit well with me. That does not sit well with me. You know, it's one thing to kill a game that's online only and it dies. It's another thing to take away somebody's literal they bought it with their money, and now that's like if you bought a bunch of bananas and then somebody comes into your house, the banana police comes in and they steal the bananas 30 days later and say, oh well, shit, you should have paid your fucking your produce bill. It's so fucking stupid. If I buy the game digitally or physically, no matter what, I should have access to that copy of the game, and they shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing with it. That has always been the way consumers have always done it. That's how it's always been done. Once I buy a copy of your game, it shouldn't be it's not your problem anymore. I mean, that's the way it is. Whatever these people are doing with their copies of the games, you shouldn't be worried about it. I understand piracy is a bad thing. We all know piracy is bad. I get it. I fully support these companies trying to stop piracy from happening. I get it. You have a right to it. But is it morally right? Is it morally right to rob people of their games that they bought from your service every month because their console didn't taste the internet? Are you serious? This is so dumb. This is so stupid. I hate hating on things that I love, but unfortunately, criticism is something that nothing is above criticism. Do not ever forget that. Nothing is above criticism, no matter how perfect you might think it is. And I'm a massive Sony pony. I'm a massive PlayStation fan. Always have, and sadly, I probably always will be. But, you know, Sony and PlayStation were kind of the good guys for a while, especially when Xbox and Nintendo were fucking up. So it doesn't look so bright for the PlayStation brand. It doesn't look good to be a PlayStation fan right now. It's actually very ironic because Xbox is doing pretty well recently, and I was going to do a video about that, and I still might. So, yeah, don't buy any games digitally from PlayStation. Until this update is confirmed to be real or not, I do not recommend buying any digital games from PlayStation. We need to boycott them severely. You need to exercise your rights, and you need to stop these people from abusing us, just consumers in general, because digital consumerism is now falling apart in front of our eyes. But anyways, that's all I had to yap about, so see ya.